Speak.
What are your theories?
Speak.
You have to tell us.
Speak.
For season 3.
Welcome to the Magic Within.
Hello, Avalor! Welcome back to another episode of The Magic Within, your podcast resource for all things Elena of Avalor. We are coming at you live from our Elena of Avalor Discord server. And of course, joining me tonight is the rest of the squad, your podcast princesses. Make way for a beautiful Lady C.
Hi everyone, it's Chrissy from New Zealand.
Next up, the gorgeous Lady J.
Hi, it's Jenny from California.
Continuing with the sweet Lady A.
Hi, it's Amelia from Oregon.
Then there's Lady G, that's me. I'm Georgia from Greece. And last but not least, the beautiful Lady B.
Hi, I'm Becky, coming to you from Germany.
On our spectacular speculation special episode tonight, your podcast princesses will be talking all of our crazy and not so crazy theories for what we think may be coming up on the third season of our favorite show, and that's of course Elena of Avalor.
Yay!
Yes.
From the things we have read about over the past year online, the things we have a pretty strong feeling about through tweets and posts from our favorite crew, to the things we pray above that we may see. Let Elena and Mateo have it do it. Let's get this started!
All right.
Okay, so to start off with, loose ends and questions left at the end of season 2. We will elaborate more on some of these points later on the episode as we go on, but for the time being, let's get started.
Woohoo! Okay, first up is Elenas Burkas' scepter. Will this be repaired or will it be more powerful?
And of course, we have, Esteban's betrayal. Will the truth about Esteban finally be revealed?
Well, when Tom visited our podcast, hinted heavily on that nothing's that is hidden forever.
True.
So there's that. Everybody get anxious, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, we last saw Victor being taken back onto the Avalor ship to be, prisoner, of course, in the Avalor dungeon. So I'm willing to bet that him being a prisoner of Avalor will definitely has to do with Esteban's secret being revealed.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I don't
his.
know.
Yeah, kind of like a bargaining chip. Yeah, like he's gonna kind of blackmail. I feel like he could blackmail Esteban
Oh, yeah.
into try to get. He's like, if you don't let me go, I'm gonna tell you your secret. But anyway, that's a different story. But as for the other Delgados, and so another question is, will Ash and Carla come back for Victor? Because it kind of seemed like Ash didn't really want to, but Carla seemed a little hesitant, and so we just can't help but wonder, will they continue on without his help, or will they eventually decide that they do need another Movago and go save him?
Mm-hmm.
And if they do leave him there, because Ash is not too keen on, Victor, but that raises questions where his morality is going towards. Is he gonna be a neutral character? Is he gonna remain evil? It's
Will it be
since
good?
Ash is kind of the bigger evil there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And this leads us to the prophecy of darkness, which we've had since the end of season 1. We are starting to see those chain of events possibly leading to the darkness with the Delgados and Chitana, the shadows of night being mentioned, that kind of thing. So
Gosh.
what is it going to be?
Dun dun dun.
The suspense.
Excitement, fear. Elena's death is far from over, that for sure. We have a whole new season ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of season, at the end of season 2, the very last episode, Naomi Knows Best, we show somewhat of a foreshadowing about Naomi becoming a chancellor or something like that. It wasn't exactly framed as a joke. It kind of had a heavy atmosphere, but was it just a joke? Or will we see her have a position of power? Some people have this theory that after a reveal by, again, Tom Rogers, that Naomi may be parting from Elena, or that they may follow different paths, and that raises questions whether if she will go back to Nordberg. Some say she may go to Carissa, and I don't know if she will still be will be all about politics and stuff, but there are so many. There's so many possibilities for Naomi at the moment. Nobody knows where her arc is leading. I don't know how to speak. Yeah, nobody knows where her arc is exactly going.
Speaking of the final episode in season 2, of course Naomi knows best. We see, of course, the Jewel of Night explode. Did the Jewel of Night, did that drain any of Elena's magic before it exploded, or like is she magically weaker now, or did it, of course, have no effect on her? That's definitely a big question.
Yeah.
Wow, that's it. That's a good that's a good point. And now things we know are coming up. Like these are no speculations. These are facts from tweets, interviews, to leaks, etc. Lady G, I think you have some really good information in your hands.
Okay. So one thing we know is coming up is an episode. I believe they might be calling it "Changing of the Guard" because of what was written in that. Was it Instagram or Twitter?
It was Twitter.
It was Twitter. Okay. Well, anyways, I did some bro artwork a little while back of Mateo and Gabe, and it did mention in there. Nathan Chu did mention in a comment that "Changing of the Guard" was something that was coming up. And so that leads us to believe that there's going to be an episode with Mateo and Gabe coming up with that title. Well, that's at least what I think.
It's so exciting.
Exciting,
I love
all
that
right.
artwork.
Absolutely. Speaking of Twitter, we have one that we know is called Father in Chief. And this was an absolutely gorgeous video that Mario Lopez, he shared of his beautiful daughter Gia Lopez, who of course voices the beautiful baby Jacqueline Estrella, singing Chief Daddy on Twitter. It was a beautiful little video of the song in the actual season 3 too. So if you guys check it out on his page, it's really, really cool.
Yeah, and I think recently there's been an extended leak where you see the rest of the little Jacqueline singing, and it's Irta. Yeah, it's really cute. I can't wait for this episode.
I need more baby Jacquelines.
Yay!
Flying kitties.
Okay. And moving on to another one we know is happening is a Louisa's Chocolate Shop and musical number. So Louisa's beautiful voice actress Julia Vera, she commented in an interview saying, "There's a new one coming out that I just did where I sing. The new episode flashes back to Louisa's childhood where her parents owned a chocolate shop. And one day I'm walking by and it's all boarded up again, and I decided to open it up and started selling chocolate again. So that is going to be a really cool, interesting one. And we get to hear Louisa sing. So I'm really excited for that one.
That's definitely the first time will hear her sing individually. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
definitely. For like 3 whole seasons.
Wow.
It's about
And also
time.
backstory.
And it's about chocolate.
The best
Yeah.
thing
And
ever.
family.
What more do you need?
Oh, my heart.
Yay!
Speaking of family and heart, we have a new Dia de los Muertos episode coming probably this fall. I'm not sure exactly when. But it is said that Eugenio Derbez will voice Guillermo, a restless spirit with a passion for music, in a special Dia de los Muertos themed episode for the series' 3rd season, which is set to debut, this year. Yeah, but it was to debut next year. We learned that a year prior. But yeah, and I don't know. That's really exciting. I'm getting some Coco vibes, but
Oh my gosh, yes. If they sing Remember Me, I think I'm going to pass out.
All right. So another thing that we know is coming up that we've seen multiple times on Craig Gerber's Twitter account is that we have a Carnival mini movie special coming up. So that's something that I'm super excited to see and look forward to, because Carnival is, as we got a little taste of, well, we got a taste of it already, but to have a mini movie special like based on it, that sounds amazing.
Can you guys imagine the songs and the beautiful bright colors and the costumes? Oh my gosh, I'm so
It's
excited.
gonna be gorgeous.
Imagine
It's
if
gonna be great.
all the amigos get costumes, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, like the family had in the first episode that was about Carnival, and they all had, actually Elena and Isa, but no, oh my gosh! Do you think that actually, since the animation improved so much in season 1, I think this one will look kind of spectacular. Remember the parade and Song of the Sirenas and all? Wow, just imagine.
Oh my gosh. Imagine those songs. We're going to be dancing around the house, getting into like a conga line.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of mini movie special, we know that there's a Coronation Day movie special coming up. And we know that because of a script title page leak from various sources, actually. And we see that it has a part 1, part 2, and part 3, which means 60-minute special, baby!
Yay!
Yay.
We also have one coming up, which is Naomi exploring her own identity, apart from being Elena's friend. And we touched on this before, but thanks to our beautiful California podcast princess, Tom Rogers, baby, in our previous interview that we done with him. So that's really cool as well.
Yeah, and then also later on in the year, we're supposed to have a Mother's Day episode for Dia de las Madres. And Craig Gerber has confirmed this in a recent tweet after Mother's Day in 2019 that a mariachi song will be featured in next year's Dia de las Madres episode, which is going to be amazing, and I'm so excited already.
Wow, we're gonna cry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Why they do this to us? Too many feels.
So much.
Okay, so another information we have is that Roman Reigns of WWE Raw Wrestler is going to appear in an upcoming episode as a guest star, and we know that because he posted a lovely picture of himself in the EOA recording studio on his Instagram. We think he will be voicing Kazim, who we believe to be the monster who King Verago said was sealed away in Viasea back in the realm of the Jacquins, the one with the big distraction.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. It makes sense. He's a wrestler.
Okay, so this one's probably going to reveal a little bit too much about how closely we pay attention to everyone's social media accounts. But a while back, we saw some director's notes from the fabulous Nathan Chu, and looking a little bit closer at some of the writing on there, it looks like it's going to be a 2-part episode, which... Is this going to be the Carnival Special, or is there another one that we don't know about? Because it has 2 production codes noted at the top of the page. It mentions a magical crystal dress. It mentions Elena struggling to control her emotions. A well sequence, a song. It mentions a tambourita and a scepter.
Whoa.
That just like, I don't know, the wheels are turning. What could it mean? What is it? What's going to happen?
That's
We'll have
so
to wait and
much.
Right?
A crystal dress. Oh my gosh, the wardrobe in this show is just so amazing. And adding a crystal dress, oh my gosh, they need to make these in like adult sizes, please.
Right? And,
We
and
can
is
never
this,
say
and
no
is
to
this
more
dress
dress.
going to look like the crystal tambourita? Like, is it going to be the same color? And does it have something to do with that? Or is it totally different?
R.I.P. me right now.
Yeah, crystals in this shows are probably that bluish color. So yeah, wow, Elena
Right.
will look gorgeous in that.
And Elena, or the Grand Council, gave Naomi a Maruvian blue crystal medallion, I think it was.
Oh.
So we've seen that also back in Captain Turner Returns. So they like
Yeah.
that blue color for crystals.
Elena looks great in blue. So
I cannot wait to see that. Also, it mentions the scepter, so the scepter will be back. Also, it's episodes 306 and 307, so who knows when that'll actually be showed, but it looks like it should be early in the season.
It's also exciting.
I know! So, also, last but not least, we saw a tweet from Craig Gerber a while back, or recently, that mentions that we'll be seeing a new kingdom in season 3 that we have not seen before that is not Paraíso. We're wondering if this could possibly be Norberg.
Definitely.
Right.
we do know from Craig Herbert that Norberg has a queen. So are we gonna see her too? Are we actually gonna see Norberg? That's interesting. And so you heard the facts, but now here comes our predictions. Get ready, because we got so much elaborations for season 3 on some of the points mentioned previously. But it's interesting to just discuss them because the ideas and the theories from the fandom are just so many and so interesting. Let's get started.
All right. To start up with, we have the to fix her scepter. I was thinking maybe it's asked even Decora, in the scenario when she needs to call upon Louisas past. Like Alakazar, and of course the lady who made it herself, Amalai, to help fix it. Of course, if the Sunbirds are unable to help. So that could potentially be another way to fix it, but that's only if the Sunbirds can't fix it.
I have to say that'd be pretty. I think it'd be pretty cool if Amelie came back to since she was the one that made the scepter. You know what I mean?
That
It'd
would
be
make
pretty
sense.
cool
She
if
is
she
awesome.
did, in some spiritual form. I mean,
Yeah.
I believe that they're supposed to be going. Gosh, I'll go back to that later. But that'd be interesting if she did have to help fix it.
Oh, you know what? We're
Ooh.
supposed to be seeing the ancestors branch, I think, of the spirit
That's
world.
what I was gonna say. I was like, I
Yes.
remember it somewhere, but I didn't want to just spit that out there and then not know what I was
Yeah,
talking about. So
I'm pretty sure I want to say it was Craig Gerber.
I think he was actually.
Yeah, a while back. So you're absolutely right, and it would make so much sense. I've been waiting to see Amelie again ever since Jewel of Maru.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We all know
The
she's
queen
one of your
herself.
favorites.
Yes.
I just think she's fascinating. The last royal
Oh my
wizard.
Yes.
It is.
And I'm
Yes.
Her
sorry.
design.
And I'm sorry, but Mateo needs to meet her. Royal Wizards Unite.
Gosh, yes. Been wondering because we saw that mural with her fighting with the Scepter of Light, the other wizard. Is he a wizard? I don't know, or is he a Malvago? But that was. Is it connected in some way with what happened with the shadows? Are we going to touch up a bit on her backstory? Because Craig also mentioned that we'll learn more about Maru. So
Definitely. Okay, now speaking of Amalai, is this the really last time we see the Jewel of Maru? Was Amalai saying you have protected your kingdom more than you know? Was that like foreshadowing the upcoming events?
Oh,
So
so
maybe we
Yep.
see more of those.
the jewel is sealed away, so there's no temptation to use it if the shadows come back.
where is
Maybe
it
she needs
sealed
to bring it
anyway?
back.
Is it in the
In the
spirit
magical
world?
plane.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some pocket realm, who knows? It's sealed magically.
Whoa, we got different dimensions.
Yeah.
So really quickly, you guys, before I get started on that crystal tambourine part.
Mhm.
Sorry, when I was interrupting, I was looking through as I was scrolling through Nathan Chu's endless, script shots. Did you guys read the one about the magical spell?
What?
The musical spell that puts Gabe, Mateo, and Naomi in a trance?
No. How did I miss
No,
that?
what was that?
I'm
what
reading.
the
Okay, so
hell,
this is what I
girl?
see. I see. Let's see. Magical musical spell.
Add that in
Can the
right now,
rules be
baby.
clarified earlier? These are his
The
notes, and it
heck?
says designs for what Gabe, Mateo, Naomi, and I imagine that there's one more person because there's a comma after Naomi, and then it says when in a trance, and it says a sheath throughout the entire episode, and then something about a guitar case being cut, a guy eating a sandwich.
Oh
Is
my
this
god.
Ant-Man on Adventures?
It says, and then let's see, still time from the guitar, blah, blah, blah. Somebody jumps out of the bushes.
Oh my goodness.
One last time.
I'm the guy eating the sandwich. Tag yourself.
What?
So, anyways, we know we're getting new designs for Gabe, Mateo, and Naomi for whatever this episode is.
Finally, Gabe has new clothes.
Yeah.
He's been wearing the same outfit for 2 seasons.
Well, I
finally
hope it's
think.
clothes, unless he's getting a design on what they look like when they're in a trance. I don't know.
Ooh.
When
Like
did their
Elena from
design
Song of
change in the
Fabulous.
trans? Oh well.
It says designs for what Gabe and watch. I'll screenshot it and I'll stick it on there. But it says designs for what Gabe, Mateo, Naomi, and then it says when in a trance.
Ooh.
So now I'm like, but it says
Dun,
on the
dun,
top
dun.
316. So
I'm
316, so that's
confused.
like mid-season.
My heart right now.
Oh my god.
here, let me post
Somebody
this.
help
you
Chrissy.
guys.
Well, we definitely need to
Nathan, why
talk
do you
about
do
this.
to us?
Ignore
I mean, we
my thing telling me to go to bed. By the way,
I'm so caffeinated right
There,
now
I
and I
posted
can't
it.
handle that.
no, literally, my phone told me to go to bed.
Give me the oh. Holy heck.
Wow.
You have a good eye, Garrett.
Jenny, damn. God
I don't know. I just
damn.
happened to see it. I was
Yeah,
like,
eating
oh,
the
this looks
sandwich.
awfully nice, all typed up. And I clicked in. I was like, oh, Why didn't I see this before?
How did we miss this?
I love how your phone is calling you out. That's perfect. It's time for bed.
I'm go a million miles a minute, and sometimes I need reminders.
That's good. You have more control in your life than I do.
I wished. No, but it's the one. How did I miss this one? It's the one. I remember when he posted this thing with Lucy from Peanuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How did I miss this?
That
Sorry.
was cute.
Make sure. It's like right before the one about her emotions.
Oh.
I wonder if this is going to be part of the Coronation Day thing.
It sounds big, so it's really possible. Like new designs,
And
big
then be
cast
under a
celebration,
trance
apparently.
Yeah.
It seems like a celebration because it talks about the music and the instruments and the guy eating the sandwich and everybody being together. So
Or it could be the Halloween special.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Right, because
Halloween,
it's a
Dia de
it's a
los
musician.
Jenny, you're too
Hollow.
Americanized.
it does sound
I
like a special
am.
though.
Cakes, Francisco.
Two hand in hand.
I know that's all I see is cakes and Francisco. I'm going to have to really look this over later. Let's
Sure.
see. Guillermo.
is the dad
HU
that
with
is-
jawbone. Hot dog? I don't know.
Is that the Dia de los Muertos episode?
Yeah.
This
that's
one
the
is.
guy who's in it, yeah.
Okay.
And apparently there's going to be a Felicia there.
Felicia.
Oh,
Bye,
Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
Felicia.
You know
seriously,
that's
it
Please let that
says-
joke be in there.
Felicia.
Why are they watching us?
It says Felicia's Dia de, and then it's blocked by the thing, and then it says a bit longer, maybe shift.
Maybe
Ooh,
this is
hey.
a relative to Guillermo.
And then on the bottom it says
a bit
Guillermo.
longer.
At the bottom there's Guillermo. It says Guillermo HU with something. I can't read his scribble scrabble.
He wants to see her.
No one can.
Or maybe not.
But it looks like they're on a
Killed him.
dock or a boat because there's a picture in the background.
My.
I've been slacking with this.
Right. We've
All
gotten
right, moving along.
We all learned something tonight.
Can I also say something? I am
Always.
super excited with the fact that we know when season 3 starts, we're getting a new design for Isabel.
Yes.
Yes, with the beautiful picture Nathan put up.
I want to see the full thing. And rendered.
that's
It's gonna
right.
be so cute.
Mhm.
Yes.
Season 3 is so promising already.
So we got a glimpse of the crystal tambourita in the episode Not Without My Magic, where Quitamos gives Elena like a substitute to her scepter, and we were all hoping that we get this scene where Elena and Mateo basically learn how to use this tambourita, right?
Mhm.
We didn't get that,
Mhm.
but we all kind of feel like this is gonna show up again in the future. Especially with mentions, like we mentioned earlier, crystal dresses and everything else. So, I have to say, if anything would match a crystal dress, it'd probably be a crystal tambourita, but, So, I'm wondering if this is going to make a comeback sometime in the future. And personally, as much as I would love to have it be an episode where Mateo gets to tinker around with it, I wonder if it would be related to a Valentina episode, just because we know she is very flashy and trendy, and a crystal tambourita would go wonderfully with her. And of course, she's also a wizard. She knows how to use a tambourita, so...
Can you imagine it? One of a kind.
I think it was kind of bedazzled. I'm not really sure, but you remember it was a sparkly tambourita.
You all know if it was pink.
I don't know
She
if
would
it's
have
pink
that
enough for
snapped up.
Valentina, honestly.
Exactly.
Who wouldn't want a bedazzled tambourita? I'm just
I do.
I want one.
Oh yeah, me too.
Can they sell those too?
We have our list of wish toys that we're never going to
The
get.
tambourita period.
Bedazzled tambourita.
Okay, so why doesn't Disney jump on this? By the way, we can meet Elena at the park. So, if Universal, you could build your own wizard wand. Why can't you build your own tambourita at Disneyland? I'm just asking.
That would be
Because
amazing.
that would be amazing.
I would be
Oh my
there.
God.
I would
Ideas for
fly to
merchandise.
Disneyland just for that.
I would go and make myself an appointment at the little bippity boppity boutique just for me, not even for my kids, for me. I will sit my booty down in that chair and I will make my own tambourine.
And get your Elena's hairstyle.
Ah, yes, totally.
You all know our tambourines will look like fowls. Just saying.
All right. So, yeah, I'm wondering, as I mentioned before, I really think that I personally think it may be tied into a Valentina episode, but maybe it's because of my hope that we'll see her again, which I'm pretty sure we are. I think they confirmed that she was coming back.
Yeah.
But it'd be really cool if it was somehow tied with her as well.
All right. Another magical item that has piqued our interest is the magical seed from The Return of El Capitan. And we're wondering if we're going to see it again. There was a bit of an emphasis on it as an important magical artifact. It was used by the sea monster back then. And, now that it's taken by Elena, we wonder if it's going to be of any use, considering she has to deal with so many magical opponents at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe like to use it against evil spirits. Imagine if that was wielded by like Gabe or Naomi. That would be so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Armando.
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 Oh,
The real MVP.
Right.
Is it Goofy or Donald? No, it's Goofy in Kingdom Hearts that has the shield, isn't it? That would be so cool.
Oh, Armando absolutely needs more love.
Always.
But the shield is the symbol. The shield is the symbol of a protector. So, I could totally see Gabe doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he has the sword. He needs a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Unstoppable.
He's such a brave boy.
With my sword and my shield, I am unstoppable.
So cute.
Go, Gabe.
Oh, I love it. Also, another thing that you might have already noticed, but in this podcast, we definitely like our ships, and we do have a favorite, but one of our favorite predictions that we really hope is going to happen, we're like praying, is that at least an Elena and Mateo duet, like kind of like Magic Within Part 2, only with both of them singing, and that is like literally, that would be like top tier,
Oh gosh,
The crew would literally kill me with that one.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure I'd
just
die.
die.
Just, like, on
Yeah,
I think
they
we
would
all
just
would.
like murder me with the feels.
Singing inside it makes
They
sense.
could be singing about the weather, and I would be like, "Oh, dead."
honestly, that's so true. But like,
Elena has a duet with every single friend of hers, so it only makes sense that there will be one with Mateo. She had Played Your Way with Gabe. She had Home for Good with Naomi. Okay, it's about time we have both voices combined, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, they're probably saving the best for last.
Saving the best for last. Yes.
We're not biased at all.
Nope.
Obviously.
All right, again, aside from sipping, it's kind of beautiful because it's one of the first episodes, Spellbound, where she boosted his confidence. So it will be nice to have, it opens the season kind of, so it will be in the last season kind of one of the closing, songs. I don't know how to describe that. It's kind of a pattern. It works. Deal with it.
Speaking
I'm
of
definitely
things
not
we
biased.
I'm biased as hell. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, of course we're
saying our
biased.
account?
Selfish should be reason.
Okay, speaking of things that we pray for, like this would never happen, but this would be so awesome if it does. We would love as a little cameo of course, your podcast princesses fangirling in the background of an episode. Elena
Why
will
didn't I
pass
see that
and
before?
I did not see that before.
Goodness.
Just a little cameo.
Girls can dream.
Everybody's gorgeous. Oh god.
Okay, so that's adorable, Chrissy.
We can pray.
Hashtag
Get the dream alive.
Keeping the dream alive.
Yes,
of course.
Absolutely.
So, one prediction I've had from pretty much the very beginning, Elena finding a different way to channel her magic. Not just with the scepter, whether it's just channeling raw magic or learning to use a tambourita, although I'm not sure she's patient enough for that. I just wonder if that's something that we're going to see in season 3. And I think Craig Gerber said at one point, quite a while ago, that currently she can channel her magic through her scepter and possibly other ways to be yet determined. So it was like a hint that maybe it was possible. I don't know. Could be interesting.
Like, I know I say this like nearly every other episode. But, like, Fierro came with his hand, so I
That's
don't see
true.
why like Mateo or Elena can't. So I hope that would be cool.
It would be very cool.
Well, yeah, actually, yeah, it's been confirmed multiple times that there are non-verbal spells and spells you can cast without tamboritas or magical means like scepters. So yeah, it's a solid and valid theory.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one of the things that everybody is really excited and also worried about is the Delgado Familia because we have Ash, and we are really wondering if she will drive a wedge between Victor and Carla. It already seems like, she's obviously trying to, take Carla with her and have her follow her footsteps. And her relationship with Victor is more than shaky. Yeah, even Victor says it outright that, I think you're trying to drive a wedge between me and my daughter. Yeah, so the big question actually is: will Carla pick Mommy Ash or Victor? We think Mommy Ash is going to be the real baddie of the season. Or okay, maybe not the darkness. We don't know about that, but she's definitely not the best influence. Victor is a bit more. Okay, Victor is dangerous, but definitely not as dangerous as Ash, and we really don't know where his morality is gonna go now that he's captured by Elena and the company. So yeah, I don't know, family drama.
Another thing that I thought would be like crazy is if of course Ash mates Carla choose and Ash like will ultimately make things really bad, and maybe to on a bit of a lighter note, she might sacrifice herself to show like Carla and Victor like goes like crazy. So there could be another lighter side to like that real big baddie, but her like redemption arc is to be like I actually love you guys. Here, live the life.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
That's sad.
Let's make it more complex.
That's parenting by both of you. You're not supposed to sacrifice themselves for parents on your corners. Wow,
Okay,
you sure
so-
know how to make drama, Chrissy.
Baby, always. Another thing we touched on before was, of course, changing of the guard, which was Jenny's beautiful picture she drew. Now, this wasn't this exact picture, but I thought it'd be a really cool way of like doing the changing of the guard episode. So, guys, get your story ears on and listen up. Okay, so Mateo and Gabe have an argument about how hard being the royal wizard is versus how hard being the captain of the guard is. And they say, well, you don't know what it's like, and neither do you. And bam! A magical artifact in the wizard workshop lights up, and it's all Freaky Friday up in here. And they swap bodies. So Gabe has to learn how to be patient and methodical with magic, and Mateo has to be commanding and, of course, commanding the attention of the guard. And then they have to find a new appreciation for each other to undo the curse. Dun dun dun.
I think that would be a really fun episode if it was like that.
I would love that episode.
Because my prediction is a lot more sad.
Aw. Go ahead. Let's hear the answer.
I like Chrissy's though. Mine's depressing. Like, what if this, we heard that Naomi's possibly going to be exploring her identity aside from being Elena's friend and possibly, parting ways. What if that's the theme of this season is, Elena's friends are moving on to bigger and different things. And what if, changing of the guard is actually like Gabe moving on somewhere? And so the bros, it's like a goodbye kind of thing.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear for this season. I really hate it when
Yeah.
friends have to separate.
And we possibly
And
have
now-
Esteban
Actually,
moving on.
Craig.
I guess Esteban
No
is the
joke.
one character that can move on. I mean,
Oh, all of them
You know.
can move on.
I mean, he's not gonna leave Avalor unless they banish him or they kill him.
Mhm.
but about the rest of the friends, I had always the idea that they're gonna stay amigos forever. And it's okay. So really, an episode that the leaks are clear. We all know it's coming up soon. And there were hints already because King Zephyr was supposed to give up his position to Cruz. We know that in the episode Chief Daddy, Miggs is supported by his three adorable little children. to yeah, it's so cute. It's precious how much he cares for them and how much they love him back. He's such a silly daddy. He's trying to impress them, but they are already so proud of him.
Mhm.
And we really wonder if Mix is actually going to become the new chief. I say he's going to be the new chief. I can't imagine someone that's better. And as the children spell it out for him, he's helpful. He's courageous. He's their idol. He's eager, and he's their father. So
Oh, yes. Brilliant so
deserves
much
that.
for that. It is so sweet.
I love the family themes in this show. We just need more and more of them.
Yeah, and actually, Chief Daddy is the name of the song, and I think the episode title is Father in Chief. So
Oh, you're right.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Vegas
still,
got it.
Chief
Beautiful.
Daddy is so cute. Like, I love watching that
Aw.
little bit that we've seen. It's adorable.
Yes.
And Mix's babies love him, which is just precious. I love seeing him grow as a daddy.
Yeah, she's still new to that, but you can clearly see that he can do it despite his fears, and it's cute.
Yes.
I really wonder if the baby Jackmans are going to interact with Isabel again, seeing how she kind of hatched them. Yeah, that was a cute dynamic.
And she's
with
kind of like their
Mingo.
godmother.
Aw.
She got to name one, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal.
Also, let Isa ride the Jackman now that she's grown up. That's gonna be fun.
Again, you mean?
Like officially her own Jackman.
Yes, her own
On
Jacqueline.
her own.
I was going to say, because she rode one in Secret of
In Saga of the
Avalor.
Sirenas, yeah. Oh yeah, Secret of Avalor too.
Yeah, but we haven't actually
She shared
seen
a
her
ride.
on an adventure, aside from
She was
like
kind of rescued.
both times.
Yep.
It's time for Issa
Yeah,
to do
she's
the
a small one.
rescuing.
Oh my gosh, yes. We kind of saw that in the Golden Gecko episode. That it would be nice to see Issa now that she's grown up using her smarts to defend herself. Kind of. I mean, yeah, her smarts are the main point, and she's the one that Elena is supposed to protect. But it wouldn't be bad to have an episode with her having the spotlight a bit.
Okay, so moving on a little. Another thing that I feel it was only mentioned the one time, and aside from the constant references to darkness, coming darkness, the shadows of night that were referenced in Jewel of Meru by Amalé. They are what was responsible basically for the fall of Meru. Personally, I can't help but think that they're gonna be back. Like, it just seemed like such a big thing, and it was so like described in detail. It just feels like they put so much into it that I have a feeling that they could be a threat again. So I just can't help but wonder if that's going to be the final threat of the prophecy, the final threat before Elena's coronation. Before what was that last episode? Naomi Knows Best came out. I had wondered if the Delgados and the Jewel of Night might be the key to this, but obviously that is no longer the case because the Jewel of Night has been shattered. Thank you, Mateo. But Ash seems like a very, very determined. So where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh boy. I absolutely agree with you actually, because even it was kind of emphasized in Jewel of Maru how big of a danger they were. They basically eradicated an entire civilization. So that is there a greater darkness from that? What is worse than that? People died.
Exactly.
Right?
That's true.
Although
So Disney won't let you say it.
Although another possible tie-in to all of this, which I don't think we've mentioned yet, is Orizaba. I mean, she's like the queen of darkness, right? The moth fairy. So
Yeah, but it was mostly, I'm gonna hang out with the little moths and the night hamsters. I'm not sure what those were.
But
yeah,
now
Because
that
it's also
got
flushed
pushed
down the
down the
toilet.
but she
spiritual
has
toilet, he was probably attached to
vengeance.
Greg.
She has a chip on her shoulder now. So
She's like a
True.
leveled up version of Luna Girl from PJ Masks.
I love
just
her. I
saying.
wouldn't mind.
when she fell down the spirit toilet, like it was really. She was like pretty
Where'd
much
you
was like
go?
she'll be back. This is not over. So I think it'd be really interesting if she came back as like a more of a real threat tied into this whole darkness and shadows or whatever thing. Join
Nice.
forces with Ash Delgado.
Oh, speaking of the shadows of the night, I wonder if the evil spirits, do they consist of, there are people that's not my speculation, but I see it a lot in the fandom that, among the shadows are spirits of departed people. So there's a possibility that, Shriek is one of them, or,
Ooh.
evil defeated villains like the other wizard or stuff like that. But,
Ooh, that is a little scary.
that's really scary. It's the Evil Dead episode we were talking about the other time. I don't know if you remember that. Oh gosh,
We'll just have to
that
wait
was
and
insane.
see. Like anything could happen at this point. Because they're really good at surprising us.
Yeah.
So the next thing we wanted to bring up was, of course, when the truth will finally be revealed. And by the truth, I mean, when will it finally be known to Elena that Victor and Esteban were part of the reason why Shiriki was able to get in the first place, 40 plus years ago. So one of the things that I thought the minute, like, what was it? So when they brought Victor in and they were able to capture him, the first thing that popped into my mind was, oh my God, watch this. This is why, this is going to come up again. Because now we have the main person, the only other person that really knows Esteban's secret right now. We have him in Avalor in custody. So I'm curious if there's going to be a conversation that's overheard by Elena between Esteban and Victor, or like we mentioned earlier, that's going to be kind of like that playing card that Victor can use. You know what I mean? To kind of,
It makes me wonder because he basically revealed that, but Elena did not believe him the first time. So it's interesting if he actually manages to prove that this time.
Yeah, which is why I think it'll mostly be a conversation that's overheard, because to hear it straight from Victor's mouth is one thing, but to hear Esteban
Admitting
contribute
it.
to a conversation
Yeah.
about it, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Oh
That would
boy,
be a completely different story,
my heart hurts. Yeah, I'm not ready for that. I'm sorry.
Oh
I won't
gosh.
even deny
I'm
it.
like super, I hate to say this, and I don't mean to cause your boy any pain, but I'm like super excited for this.
Yeah, I'm excited
Like,
too,
I
but I'm
want it
also
to
pained.
happen, I want to I want to see how it's going to happen, just because it's just been a loose thread since since season 1, that we
Yeah.
knew eventually was going to have to come to a head somewhere. And we're finally kind of inching closer to that, I think.
Girl,
Especially
absolutely.
since Tom Rogers kind of like cryptically
Yeah, said that no secrets
hinted
are
that
kept. Yeah.
Elena's no dummy. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. I want
Goodness.
Elena to be angry and betrayed. I mean, he's one of her few family members. She grew up with him. It only makes sense. There will be drama.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course.
exactly, and the fact that now we have passed almost 4 years, and
Yeah.
that he's been sitting on this that entire time. So that's kind of what I'm
Yeah, that's
almost
even
scared
worse.
to see how she'll react.
Yes.
Oh boy.
That's
I
a
wait in
long time.
anticipation.
Since you mentioned Shuriki, there's also that the thing that we're not sure if it will appear, so that's why we didn't mention it in the facts. But Craig mentioned that Shuriki's past is linked with King Raoul, and we still don't know how. If that's going, we don't even know if that's going to be addressed. But since Shuriki is dead, so I don't even know
Yeah.
if that's connected to the truth or the finale or anything. But yeah,
That would be very interesting. to see
Mhm.
if there was a previous some sort of relationship, like he didn't want to conform to what her rules were, or if they knew each other beforehand. That'd be very interesting to see that it wasn't just a random I'm going to take your kingdom.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a random, I'm gonna take your kingdom. Craig said it was more personal.
It was vengeance. She has a vendetta. Had a
Oh
vendetta.
boy.
Obviously, she's gone now.
I'm
So she's.
wondering if one of the kingdoms that, not maybe not necessarily kingdoms, but one of the places that they're going to head to is actually going to be related to, because I think he mentioned before she comes from the north, right?
Yeah,
Like
the
some kind
Oh
of
northern
like
yeah,
northern
islands.
island or something like
Hmm.
that.
and that's had a leading presence or something like that.
Yeah, so the fact that we know that there is a location that she came from and they've thought of a location that she's come from, you know what I mean? I'm wondering if somehow we're going to end up in that location for whatever reason. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? With
Whoa.
something,
Did
you know.
Raoul help overthrow her and her previous kingdom? Is that why?
Or maybe she, well, no. I was going to say, maybe she's supposed to marry him, but no.
Cut that
Bit of
out.
a.
Yeah, that's plot. I'm sure that this woman could never love, but if she was to have something like that, she probably still wanted the power, and her ego was, hurt, and she's like, oh, no one denies me, no one rejects me, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, it would be less about love and more about power.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think it'd be
Not to like
like.
throw it back out there to Frozen, but kind of like Hans, you know?
That's funny because I was gonna go Jafar and Jasmine. He was really offended that she didn't want to marry him,
Oh my god.
and he's just gross and old.
Now I want to imagine Jane Fonda saying Jafar's one-liners. Oh gosh, this is perfect. First Isma, now Jafar.
Hey, we got Hans, Yzma, and Jafar all in one bad lady.
Yep, there you
Yeah.
go.
She will be missed. Not really.
All right. So I also wanted to bring up Chitana. So I thought it was interesting that we had this episode where, the little Anjimon kept mentioning this person, Chitana, who was, I guess, this magical lady, and she created a bunch of magical little beings. And so I guess kind of where I'm going with this is I'm kind of wondering if Chitana will come back or at least be mentioned in a later episode as the one that may have trained Ash, or maybe someone somehow indirectly involved in that. Just because I thought it was just a neat little story to kind of throw in the background of that episode. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
It would be kind of neat to have it connected somewhere else. But
She
that.
bring back the shadows.
Exactly. So I was
Ooh.
also wondering if maybe somehow, now that Ash doesn't have the Jewel of Night, maybe she's going to seek help from these previously banished, threats to
Monsters.
Avalor, and somehow they're the ones that are going to summon this darkness
Oh.
that
Oh.
could
Oh
endanger.
Plot
god.
thickens.
That's dark season 3.
That's freaking awesome.
That's a
Because if
great
there's
theory.
Yeah, so
anything I
many good
learned from the
theories.
Jacquins is that there was plenty of people banished and not a whole lot of people behind bars. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So they're all out there somewhere. Goodness.
yeah,
There
so I'm
was also
wondering.
there was also kind of an emphasis on the fact that she created monsters. Like, she
Exactly.
is that powerful. She's creating life, and
Ooh.
she will. Yeah.
Ooh.
Uh,
What if she created
and
Kazim, that big monster that may or may not be coming back?
it's really possible.
Ooh.
This is going to be one action-packed season.
That is no joke.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
I can't wait.
Do you think we're gonna make it out alive?
I don't
No.
know. No, probably not.
Yeah.
Let's start our
No.
gravestones
Sound
now.
about right.
Okay, so for another one of our speculations, so we know that Skylar is the prince technically of Estrella, and we're wondering if eventually, maybe in the third season, we'll see him take his father's place and become king, or if he'll just stay in Elena of Avalor with Elena and be one of her advisors and just closest friends and stay close to her. So we'll have to keep our eye on that for the
Yeah.
next season.
I mean, we've seen a lot of growth on his part. Like, he's getting to that point where he totally could.
For sure.
Yeah. But
well, compared to Flight of the Jackwins, when he wanted to have fun with his brother, you know,
Right.
he's come a huge long way.
yeah, he really has. It's been really fun to watch, actually.
I think it's really highlighted in Not Without My Magic, because you know he's kind of the one giving advice to Elena, and it's more. I think they have discussed such stuff before, but it wasn't that prominent. But now he's like, Elena, you're a leader. You gotta do this, and you gotta do this without your magic, and don't use the tamborita. He was like all over the place, like, oh, Elena, stop, no.
Because you're not a
It
wizard,
really
maybe?
seems,
Yeah. Exactly.
and he had, he was showcasing leadership skills in that episode, or at least he was giving advice on how to be a leader, and he's probably the one in line to come picking after Virago. So, Oh, also Virago mentioned how his mother would be proud of him. I think in the realm of the Jacquins.
Oh,
For
yeah.
standing up for himself.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a warm, nice moment, but I wonder if Skylar will make them even prouder.
All right. So we've also heard that, gosh, this was like way long ago in an interview back in season 1, towards the end of season 1. I believe Craig Gerber said that King Hector would be back, which we've actually seen screenshots with him in them, but that he would be getting what's coming to him. And personally, like, I cannot wait to see whatever that might be. I can't even imagine. Like, will he have something to do with the darkness? Somehow I can't imagine that, but man, that'd be an interesting plot twist.
Or he get caught and put in his zoo.
like Hector is the big villain.
Right.
Dun dun dun.
We thought Ash Delgado was the big baddie, but it's really King Hector.
That sounds like the. Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's talk about, before we close, about, I mean, we know that Coronation Day is coming. We saw the script title. We know it's coming. It's what Elena's been working towards from the very beginning. It's been a very clear goal of the show. What do you think that's going to entail? Besides coronation.
Oh, well.
I think it's going to end with Wizard King Mateo. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
You're really hoping for that one, and we all know it.
No, I'm hoping for it.
We all are.
I know.
Okay, getting aside, there's probably going to be a big gather up of the Amigos and the Familia. That's again, if you don't kill anybody, Craig. I'm having my eyes on you.
We're watching you.
Okay. Yeah.
Watching you through the screen.
You got that out as well. I'm sorry, Craig. But yeah, the other royals, we already know that Val will return. And, she's so fabulous. It needs to be such an important episode. Probably Alonso. Maybe that's the episode Hector appears. We really don't know. There's also that other queen we saw in the screenshot, but we really don't know if that's Coronation Day. But, royals, because it's a coronation.
Absolutely. And there's going to be some big challenge, because, I mean, it wouldn't be an interesting hour. I mean, well, maybe it would be, but it wouldn't be an exciting episode if there wasn't some kind of challenge or obstacle to overcome. And I can't help but wonder, like, is that going to be the final battle day, like, with the darkness? Is that going to come to a head on Coronation Day? Or is it going to be like, like a wedding gone bad kind of thing? Not an actual wedding, but like everything that can go wrong, like Esteban being bridezilla and freaking out about details on Elena's behalf.
Oh, boy. I can see that.
But whatever happens, oh man, I can't. I'm so looking forward to seeing it, because I feel like we've been on this journey with Elena for so long that it'll be really satisfying to finally see it all tie up nicely.
Yes.
And I'm sure that the crew will somehow find a way to make me cry. I'm expecting it, so.
I think we'll cry multiple times.
Awesome. Okay, there you guys have it. Did you have the same thoughts as us? Have you had any other theories? Make sure to let us know on our social media accounts. We'd love to hear from you all. Wherever you are in the world, we want to thank you for listening along to this season 3 speculation special. Hopefully, we see some of these come true in the upcoming season. As always, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram for some Elena of Avalor fun games and activities while we endure the hiatus. Wings up, amigos. Until next time, bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.